Hi, my name is Julia Runkle, and today I'm going to be interviewing Roger Runkle, who is a lawyer. Hi,
Hi.
how
So
are
we're doing
you?
good. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good, we're good. So, can you tell us what exactly you do for a living?
Well, I'm an attorney. I practice primarily juvenile dependency law, but also some family law as a child's counsel, a minor's counsel.
Do you think it was hard work or luck that got you where you are today?
Oh, that's easy. Hard work. A little bit of luck in what I actually ended up doing, but to get to that point, lots and lots of hard work.
Did anyone encourage you or influence you to become an attorney?
I knew from the time I was really young that's what I wanted to be, but I think there was influence. For example, my cousin Joellen was an attorney and then law professor, and I think that had some impact on it.
Was there anyone who discouraged you from becoming an attorney? Or did anyone pressure you to be in a different career?
Hmm. I don't think anybody actually discouraged me at all. I had people pushing me towards teaching at some point, but I wouldn't say they were. There was a little bit of pressure, but not a lot. I mean, I had people say, "Oh, you would be good. Go into teaching or admit or that area," but it wasn't really discouragement. It was more encouragement to go to another area.
Is there a certain part of your personality that best fits your career?
Yes, it's that obnoxious interest in always having the last word. I think I say it all the time. At least an attorney who's going to make public appearances. There are certainly attorneys who do all research work and library type work, but an attorney who's going to be in a courtroom or be publicly appearing anyway, I always say they almost all have the alpha personality, if you would, that hard working, aggressive, and I don't mean physically aggressive, but aggressive personality, drive, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think that personality trait exists in most attorneys who do that for a living.
Did you have any other jobs like in the law before this one?
Um, yes. I mean, as a law student, you clerk, so you work for other attorneys, mostly doing research um, and things like that. And I, of course, right out of law school, went to work for somebody else. So I was doing law, but I was doing different kind of law. I was doing real estate law, for example, for a while. So you clerk and you learn different things. You go to work for somebody, and then I was lucky enough to be able to go out on my own and do what I wanted to do, and even mold that over years into exactly what I wanted to do, which was kind of representing children. But I was lucky that way.
What sacrifices did you have to make to get to where you are today?
Wow, that's a good question. So time is the ultimate sacrifice because you got to work hard and study hard, as you already know, and that carries on into college, and that carries on to 3 more years of law school at least. And to me, that's the 3 years of law school is almost lost time. I mean, that's just the time where you bury yourself in law school, and it seemed like there wasn't much of a life outside of that at all. It was just law school, even more so than, say, college. And then, so that's one sacrifice, the time and hard work with school. You're giving up personal things then. The other sacrifice would be when you come out as a young attorney, you pretty much have to do what you're told. You have no power, no ability to, very little ability to pursue things that you might want to do on your own, you're pretty much working for somebody else and they're dictating what you want to do. For example, my primary goal was to get into a courtroom as fast as I could. I didn't want to go to New York City or San Francisco because I knew they would bury me in a library for 2 or 3 years. I'd never get out of that library. I wanted to go to a small town where I knew I could go right into the courtroom. But there's that sacrifice of your time and even your independence when you first start practicing.
Did you have any small failures along the way?
Yeah, sure. Small failures or big ones. I'll do it in two pieces. Law school, really difficult. I think most people who are smart enough to get into law school can get through law school, but at least in my experience, they spend a lot of time discouraging you, beating you up emotionally, trying to tell you how hard everything is, and there's a little bit of an emotional roller coaster there, right? You ride that roller coaster and persevere, but there were days when I thought, I'm never going to make it through law school. I'm never going to make it. And as a lawyer, the best thing is when you have a case you don't think you can win and you win it and you feel really good about it. But the worst thing is when you have a case you think you should win or you know you should win and you lose it, and maybe you lose it even though you think you shouldn't. That's a big downer. And those are failures. You start to second guess everything that you did. Well, maybe I should have done something different. Maybe I should have said something different. Sometimes it wouldn't have mattered, but you do that. So sure, anybody that tells you you win them all is wrong. So you do have those days too.
What do you think is the hardest part of being an attorney?
Oh, that's easy. So the hardest part to me is this. Every case that I win, well, in the eyes of the people I represent, every case that I win, I should have won because they were right. And every case that I lose, that was my fault. So you get very little credit for your successes and all the blame for your failures. That's the way I look at it.
Are there any classes in high school that you would encourage us to take to help us to prepare for a job in the law?
Yeah, two actually. Public speaking and debate, huge classes to take. The ability to be comfortable speaking in front of people is huge. But here's the big one: English, and English. Grammar, speaking, and writing are things that I don't think even lawyers understand are so important to their job. So most of our job is you write it first, right? You might write a brief out and present it to someone, and then you make that argument. So you have to be just as eloquent in your written word as you are in your spoken. So English, grammar, speaking, those things. All the English you can get.
What advice would you give to your 15-year-old self?
About career, right?
Yeah.
Not about girl, because I got lots about that. But I think the best advice I could have given to my 15-year-old self about pursuing the career would be persevere. Don't give up. I suspect it's true no matter what you do. It's certainly true pursuing a legal career. There are times when you feel like you can't do it. I can't spend that many more days studying. I'm never going to pass this class because this law professor is insane, and some of them are. Persevere, because that's the most important thing. Everybody has days in law school, in your work, that you don't think you can do it, or it's overwhelming, or the pressure's too much. But it's not. You just have to persevere.
What advice would you give to someone else who wants to enter this career? Is there anything else you want to say to other people?
I, yeah, I guess the other thing I would say is, try to stay humble. Try to stay humble. Um, I think again, I think it's true in law school, and I think it's true in the profession that lawyers, present company probably included, tend to um, think too highly of themselves, and it's always nice when we're humbled and realize we're just people like everybody else. But we love to hear ourselves talk as a profession, and we love to think we're smarter than everybody else. And the best lawyers know that they're not. I always say the best lawyers know that they know just enough to know where to go get information or where to go get an expert on a subject, as opposed to thinking they know it themselves. The worst lawyers think they know everything.
Thank you so much.
Okay, did that help?
Yeah, that was really good. Thank you. I learned a lot about being a lawyer from this interview. I learned that becoming a lawyer takes a lot of determination and hard work, and there's many years of school you have to get through to become a lawyer, and you have to persevere. And there's going to be some small failures along the way, like losing your cases, but if this is really what you love to do, then you shouldn't give up. Thank you so much for watching.